A big one highlights the Week 1 slate. Number 1 Texas visiting reigning national champion Ohio State, which leads us to this. It is time now to play Lean, Like, or Love.
Lean, Like, Love.
Okay, thank you. Here's how to play as we wager on the ranked on-ranked games in Week 1. A lean, defined as a slight preference. Like, you feel good about your selection. And love, lock it in. Okay, it is time now to meet our contestants. Here we go. Former Louisiana running back, the Natalie Clad, Emery Hunt, and CBS Sports college football writer and member of the Cover 3 podcast, Tom Fornelli, both looking very dapper, both certified knowers of ball. Okay, here's how this is going to work. I will give our contestants the betting lines for all 3 ranked on ranked games in Week 1. They will make their choice. Let's start with 1 versus 3. Ohio State, a 2.5-point favorite. Emery, lean, like, or love?
I like Ohio State. I feel good about it. And I wrote a book on stiff-arming football myths, which you can find on my website. But outside of that, one of the major myths was home and away doesn't matter. But I'm going to disregard that and use that for my argument in this game. Because Arch Manning is making his first start on the road at the Horseshoe, a big game environment, reigning national champions. This is going to be a tough game for him, even though I like Texas long-term in the SEC. In this matchup, Ohio State has the best receiver, the best offensive player in the country and the best defensive player in the country, Jeremiah Smith and also Caleb Downs. I think the slight number is perfect for Ohio State to win at home.
All right, Tom, Ohio State is 6-0 straight up and against the spread in their last 6 games against ranked opponents. Are you backing the Buckeyes?
I am leaning Ohio State -2.5 on the spread. When I look at these teams, it's kind of like the Spider-Man meme because there are so many similarities. They're pointing at each other because they're exactly the same. Both have young, inexperienced starting quarterbacks. Both are replacing a ton of players along both sides of the line of scrimmage, and both are also replacing players, elsewhere in the back 7 of their defense. But the one thing that makes me lean toward Ohio State, there's a player that Emery mentioned, Jeremiah Smith, who I think you can argue is the best player on the football field in this game, but also the fact that this game will be played at Ohio Stadium. So with your new quarterback in Julian Sayin in his first career college start, at least you don't have to deal with the fact that he's playing in a hostile environment. He'll be at home. It'll be friendly. Arch Manning, a little bit of a different situation. Ohio Stadium can be tough on opposing quarterbacks and visiting teams. So in what I expect to be a closer game, I'll take the home team, but it's just a lean.
I love Ohio State. OH! I taught Emery that.
UL, baby.
No. See, we practice this. We practice. Just ignore that. Just ignore that pick. It's OHIO to cover the 2.5. Thank you. Okay. All right. Let's get back to the game here. Another ranked on-ranked matchup on Saturday takes us to the Death Valley in South Carolina, where 4th-ranked Clemson clashes with 7th-ranked LSU. A battle of tigers, you could say. And the Tigers from Clemson are 3.5-point home favorites. Emery, which group of Tigers are you backing? Lean, like, or love?
The one in South Carolina, I like Clemson in this game. Where I like LSU long-term is that they've got significantly better. This defense is going to be outstanding the rest of the way. But in this ball game versus Clemson, the matchup just doesn't favor LSU because where Clemson is stronger, their defense, that's where LSU has their, strength as well. But I like the matchup for Clemson more so than LSU's passing game. This game is going to look a lot like the Texas A&M game that LSU played last year, where A&M just kind of physically beat LSU on that side of the ball. And until I see Garrett Nussmeier handle pressure better than Cade Klubnik, I'm going to side with Clemson. So I like the Tigers of Clemson to win this one.
Tom, you agree? Do you like Clemson as well?
I do. And I'm kind of just need this game to get started because as the weeks have gone on, as we've been preparing for this season to begin, I've gone back and forth 1,000 different times on this game. Like, I'm high on LSU long term. I look at what they have coming back compared to what a lot of the other top teams in the country don't have coming back. And I see a team that's capable of winning the SEC, capable of getting to the playoffs and making a deep run in the playoffs if everything hits. It's just the biggest question mark about LSU heading into this season is an offensive line in which which they have to replace 4 of their 5 starters. They had 4 guys go in the NFL draft from their offensive line last year. And the last team you want to see when you're breaking in a brand new offensive line is the Clemson Tigers, who have monsters along their defensive line and could have 2 first-round picks. And I'm talking not just late first round, I'm talking top half of the first-round style talent. So it's a difficult matchup. The fact that it's at the Death Valley in South Carolina has me leaning towards the Tigers in orange, not the ones in purple and gold.
Yeah, LSU has lost 5 straight season openers. So then they get going after the season opens. Okay, our final ranked on ranked matchup of week 1, Sunday. National runner-up Notre Dame visiting Miami. Notre Dame's a 2.5-point road favorite. The betting public loves the Fighting Irish. 92% of the handle is on Notre Dame. Emory, do you also love Notre Dame?
I'm like, Tom, we need to have this game hurry up because I'm running out of Atlanta, Miami puns. Just because you take Carson Beck from listening to TLC to now listen to Expose, he's still Carson Beck. The Expose reference is a deep cut. We all understand what Expose is saying. So 1984, by the way. Here's a situation where Notre Dame's defense and run game will be what it needs to knock off Miami. This game will look a lot like Notre Dame's game versus Texas A&M when they went down there and just physically dominated an SEC team. Carson Beck versus pressure, I'm not a big fan of. Big game moments, I'm a big fan of Marcus Freeman. I love Notre Dame.
Emory, don't go chasing waterfalls. Just go chasing late-night college football, right? That's what our saying is here. Okay. All right, well, you won't have to chase late-night college football because we're going to get you some locks here. Tim, Tom, what are your feelings here about this matchup?
I'm not chasing waterfalls, nor am I chasing road favorites with first-time starters at quarterback. I like Miami at home catching the points. I don't think Carson Beck is the greatest quarterback in the planet, but I think Carson Beck is a good quarterback. He's a known commodity, and I think that while he's not going to be Cam Ward, you can at least rely upon him behind what should be one of the better offensive lines in the country to get the ball out, to get it out on time. Defensively, I think the Miami front 7 is phenomenal. That defensive line is a beast. The secondary, let's cross our fingers that it's better than it was last year, and I'm thinking a change in the play caller on the defensive side could lead to that. Meanwhile, Notre Dame, I think that they're going to have to lean on the running back Jeremiah Love, who I love unabashedly. He is my Heisman pick this year. But having a freshman quarterback making his first career start in a spot like this against a defense that I think is going to be very, very good, it's really tough for me to trust that team as a favorite on the road. So I like Miami plus 2.5.
And don't forget that Tom gave us Idaho State plus 14 in the first half in week 0. So you listen to what both of these men have to say. Okay, now to the bonus round. The bet you love for week 1. Tom, we'll go right back to you. Where are you taking us?
Hey, picking UNLV game last week worked for me. Why change it up? Give me the over 62.5 in UNLV versus Sam Houston State, because if we learned anything watching UNLV struggle to get past Idaho State last week, it's that their offense might be explosive, but their defense is just as explosive. If you can't stop the Idaho State offense, how do I think you're going to stop Sam Houston in this one? And also in Sam Houston's game, they gave up 41 points and they lost to Western Kentucky, and I'm telling you right now, Western Kentucky left at least 2 touchdowns on the field thanks to a couple drop passes. This is going to be a back and forth shootout, go over. Lots of points are going to be scored.
It pains me to talk positively about UL Monroe, but I've already taken my aspirin, so I'm ready for the pain. Lay the 23.5 points with the Warhawks. The reason why they're taking on FCS St. Francis, not because they can't get beat by St. Francis, because St. Francis beat Kent State last year, but this St. Francis team is transitioning from the FCS to Division III. If they don't blow these dudes out, they won't beat anybody. So they will blow out St. Francis, lay the 23.5 points. They'll have a great weekend in Monroe, Louisiana, and then it's back to being our little brother as we go on to the rest of the Sunbest Conference season.
I love it. There we go. Thank you to our contestants, Emory Hunt, Tom Fornelli. They will be with us throughout the entire college football season here on CBS Sports HQ. Men, thank you. I can't wait to see you multiple times throughout the